kind of the same. Just got a lot of mistakes to get fixed. Yeah, pretty simple.
How much of it is like secondary reads and finding other guys?
I mean, you're getting through first, second, tertiary reads. I mean, almost every concept has 3 or 4 options. So it's kind of, I'm not an incredibly athletic quarterback, so that's got to be my wheelhouse, is getting through the progression.
You mentioned that you were kind of having trouble seeing the field, or you were frustrated with your abilities to field on Saturday. When you look back on it,
my feet were a little bit jittery. I was kind of pocket moving away from ghost at times, not really settled. And when your lower half is sort of antsy, it makes your upper half panic a little earlier than it should. So that was on a few plays, but I just got to wrap it.
Why do you think that stuff was happening?
I don't know. I mean, it's being a quarterback's really intimidating. It takes a lot of training to be able to stand in there and just not think about guys that are basically their job is to hurt you. So, I mean, sometimes you might get your head every once in a while. You just gotta every drive just make yourself look downfield and focus on what's necessary.
Do you think you have a little bit of an impulse to try to make a bigger play, throw it into a tighter window necessarily than maybe taking what's available shorter?
Not pre-snap, but post-snap. One of the big things, one of the biggest differences from last year to this year is the amount of scout protections we have. So the running back will be part of the progression. It'll be either like a primary, secondary, because we have a lot of underneath stuff. And now because we're pushing the ball down the field deeper but less often, my running back isn't a primary, secondary read. It's like a kind of, it's almost like an outlet, but you at the same time have to know if he's in protection and know if he's there or not. So I just got to be able to check the ball down and know when to push the ball down the field and make plays, but at the same time know exactly where your back is and know if he's in protection or not, because it'll always change. Because a lot of times he's in protection, something will be open down the field. You know that you have the opportunity to sort of rip something.
So as a standpoint, I know you guys were all here for part of that, but is there an extra weight on this game because of how good that motivation is?
No, I mean, I say it all the time when everyone says is get a little extra motivation. I mean, if you're not playing with all the motivation you have, then something's wrong. So, I mean, this game means a lot, but every game means a lot. I mean, if you can't gather yourself to get motivated to play a physical, dangerous sport like this, you got issues week in, week out.
Is there any personal motivation with Stanford, given kind of what happened with recruiting?
Not really. I mean, you just really want to beat every team you play. I mean, I don't know how many guys are in a full roster with walking everything like 120. So every time you lose, you got 120 something guys and an entire fan base that is bragging rights over you. So that's kind of why I play every week, because I just like winning. It feels good.
what do you think of Aaron Andrews' game last week? It seemed like he had good catches, especially in this big situation.
Yeah, he's a big catch and run guy. He's very emotional player. So when he catches the ball, he's got a serious passion about getting tackled, and it comes out when he plays. He plays 150%, and when he gets short little passes like that, he can really take the house. And we haven't even used him that much as a deep threat this year. I mean, he caught that big ball against A&M on the seam, but he's definitely trying to get him in the rotation line more. He's a phenomenal player.
You guys have seemed to using it more shocking looks. Does that do for your comfort?
I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it's not that different. I mean, the ultimate depth you getting to is maybe a yard shorter shotgun, but it doesn't really matter that much, because I mean, a lot of times I'm taking 7 steps anyways, so I'm getting to the same spot, but it's got to be second nature.
Talk a little bit about how far you think you've come from redshirting last year to now making a couple of plays last week.
Yeah, it's been a long road. It's been tough. I've been working really hard trying to get my weight up and my speed. And I really think it's come full circle. I think I've been a very improved player, and I just try to bring my motor and my mindset to every game and every play, which I think helps with my new skills.
Has it been tough keeping your weight up, or?
Not really, not too bad. I keep my weight pretty low. I mean, Coach Alosi does a good job making sure we eat the right food and good food, and lift hard and all that.
Would you say that it's slowing down for you a little? I mean, that's the same.
Oh yeah, during the season, you're obviously going to have to slow down and maybe lose a couple pounds because we're just always flying and moving.
No, I mean just the game is slowed down.
Oh,
for you.
definitely. Yeah, like when I was in the first game, the couple plays, I was like kind of, like my eyes were just wide open trying to move, but then after a while, it just started to slow down and it's starting to feel just like practice, so I could get my reads, get my footwork, and my hands where I need to be, and it's been good.
How do you feel to get that sack?
Oh, it's a great feeling, yeah, but I'm more excited about winning, so, I mean, if I can do my part, then that's good, but I was happy with the win, and hopefully we can keep that going.
Can you walk us through that play, that sack?
Yeah, so I was lined up on the tight end, and the tight end tried to seal me off so the quarterback could boot, and I felt him sealing me off, so I made my way outside, saw that he had the ball, chased him down, tackled him.
How key is Coach McClure been in developing a lot of techniques, specifically like hand technique?
Yeah, coach is awesome. Like everything that you see us do on the field is all instinctive. So we've practiced that thousands of times in practice, and he makes sure that when we do it, he makes sure it's detailed and it's how it should be. So when we get on the field and you're just focusing on your instincts, then you just do it right. So it was good.
How much better did it feel last week just to have more people in the box with more gaps filled?
Oh yeah, it's great to have Tack and Eddie back and healthy and Dion and all that, man. When we can rotate like that, we're always fresh and we always looking for each other to make good plays, and we're hyping each other up, so it's fun.
And you see the film of Stanford in their jumbo packages. What do you notice? What stands out about the way they?
Well, obviously they're physical and they're gonna use a lot of linemen, so they have a lot of gaps, and we need to make sure when we play we fill those gaps, and that's what it's really going to be about, I think. So just gap discipline, staying in your gap and not letting anything like get out of control, just staying focused and playing how we should play.
You think this defense this year is more geared for matching up against Stanford than last year either?
Yeah, I do believe so. We have more people, so we could fill up the box a little more, and we could just we have more people, so we could be fresh, and it should be good. We're physical.
It seemed in the BYU game that the guys along the defensive line started to get a better grasp of the new system in a way. Would that be accurate to say it took a few games?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, it's really just how we practiced that week, and I think we practiced awesome that week, and Coach McClure was making sure that we're doing everything perfect, and we were just trying to execute, and when it came down to it, we executed, and we did very well.
So Nate, take us back. How was it to sit out the first couple of games and then make a return last week?
It's always hard sitting out watching my teammates go out there every week and face another team that we've been preparing for. But I'm glad my body's continuing to get healthy and I'm able to go out there and do what I can for my team.
What happened with the running game against BYU? It seemed like you made a lot of extra yards after you were hit, but it didn't necessarily seem like there were a lot of holes for you to exploit.
Yeah, they run a very confusing front. BYU is a very good defense, very physical. We didn't get as much push as we wanted to, but we're preparing for Stanford now, and I believe we'll be able to run the ball now.
Why do you believe that?
It's just the way we prepare throughout it every week. I think we've had a great week of practice, and that's gonna go on to the game. So just how we practice out throughout the weeks, that's gonna help.
How key is it to get the entire running back rotation back intact, because there's been someone missing every year?
Well, it's definitely key. We all complement each other well. The big three, me, Sosa, and Bolu. I think we can all make big plays in any game. So I'm just glad I'm back in the rotation and get it going.
Can you say what happened those first two games?
It was just in-house stuff and getting my body healthy. I'm just glad I can do that now and ready to go.
Having all 5 tailbacks available at once, I mean, do you feel like that could make a difference? Just the options, the menu you can show.
Yeah, definitely. We have so many different styles of running, and even our younger guys, they're catching on to the style of offense we play, and they're buying into the program. It's just we're real close as a running back group. We all play for each other, play for our whole line, our whole offense. So I think everybody getting in is everybody's going to play well.
When you look back on the offseason, you guys did 9-on-7 every day. How much do you think that
Definitely a lot. That's how we open practice. 9-on-7. Hard-nosed football, downhill, run the ball, and that's what it's gonna be like all game against Stanford. They're a very disciplined defense. We're gonna need to break arm tackles and just run hard all game. So that's definitely prepared us a lot.
How much is the team aware that y'all haven't beaten Stanford since you've been here? I mean, talk about it. Is it in the forefront of your mind?
Yeah, every time this week comes up, everybody's on edge. Coaches on edge, players on edge. Everybody wants to, get this done, but you can't treat it like any other. Like you have to treat it like every other week. This is just one by one week at a time, and we're preparing for Stanford. We're watching a lot of film, and just practicing every day hard. So that's all you can do.
When you say you're on edge, what?
We haven't beat him, so I haven't beat him since I've been here. I know Coach Moore hasn't, and we want to show that we can play with guys like that. I think we're always the underdog in this game, and we want to show we can play and beat these guys.
You were pretty complimentary of Trevor before the season. Does he help with challenges like this, beating a team that you guys haven't beaten? Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's what it's all going to come down to. Trevor's really brought us together as a team and as a family and together. We do a lot of team-oriented things and activities with him. That's what it's going to take. We're going to really have to be a family out there and play for each other's games out there. Really just look to the guy next to you and tell him I'm not going to let you down on the field.
Nate was saying that there's kind of an edge around the guys during Stanford week that you kind of feel. Do you kind of feel that too? That maybe there's a little extra oomph for this game?
Yeah, there's a lot of intensity that's been brought to this week in practice. Everybody's trying to make sure and hold themselves accountable, and we're trying to hold everybody accountable for this game. I feel a lot of intensity, and I feel like we're executing. We had 2 good days of practice, and it's just confidence and staying.
The unsportsmanlike call. What did Coach Moore say to you on the sideline when he came off?
He was upset. Told me that it was a selfish move, which it was. So he took me out and then brought me in and let me cool off. It won't happen again.
And then after the touchdown catch, he talked to you too, right?
Yeah, he told me that coming out of halftime, he told me that I owed him one, and so sure enough, that I scored, and that was the one that I owed him. So I went to go hug him and tell him and apologize for what I did. Hope to get my team.
So you went to him?
Yes, I went to him.
How would you kind of rate how the scout team guys have done as far as mimicking McCaffrey?
I'm not on that side, so I really can't see, but from what I hear, that they're doing a good job. We got a lot of different players that are playing that position, different players with different attributes that McCaffrey has. So from what I hear, it's doing really well.
Who are the guys that are mimicking?
Craig Myers, Damian Alloway, Christian Kamiko, Brad. Those are the people that are mimicking him. All of them have speed. Stevie Johnson, Theo Howard. So trying to all give him a look that he provides for Stanford.
It's like half the team.
Half the team.
Does that kind of illustrate just how good he is? Like, you can't even mimic him with 1 or 2 guys. You need like 6 dudes to try to even pretend to be.
Right, he's a good player, but it's not about him. It's about us. So we got to give our defense the right look for McCaffrey, so we can be ready. At the end of the day, it's not about him. It's for our defense.
The wide receiver. Go ahead.
Do you just watch the Rose Bowl where you sit back, or do you watch him if you have a week off?
No, because he has nothing to do with me. I'm looking at their defense, so he has nothing to do with me. So it's not a factor for me.
The wide receiver group started out probably a little slow this year, dropping some balls last week. It was a good performance. What do you attribute that to? What's happening with that group? How do you think you're developing?
Preparation and practice throughout the week, confidence. I think a lot of receivers are getting their confidence and mojo back, and to play this game, you need confidence. That's a big factor in it. So I think that a lot of the receivers are getting that back.
Jarvis said you were the biggest nerd. That's like something you want every week, right?
Right, I want to hear that every week. I don't like dropping the ball. I refuse to let the ball drop, so I try anything I can, anything that I have to do to let that prevent that from happening.
Do you think y'all were there were some receivers that were open last week that necessarily didn't have the ball thrown to them?
We left a lot out there on the film. We left a lot of plays out there, so hopefully we can get those plays back.
How was your chemistry developed with Josh?
I think it's developed good. It's not where we want it to be, but I think it's developed over time. It's been better than last year, so that comes with time and being out there and progression.
School starting this week. Do you have to change your schedule at all, or keep anything else in mind, just to know that you have one extra thing on your plate?
No, I mean, school's just added, so I mean, the schedule's fuller, but that's what I signed up for, so we're ready for it.
How important is it that you hit those explosive shots when they're there against Stanford?
Important. We gotta execute, take advantage of what they give us, and once we do that, I think we'll be fine.
What kind of weaknesses have you seen from their defense on
Say that
film?
again?
What kind of weaknesses have you seen from their defense on film?
I'll let that play out on Saturday.
Well, what about you? What do you think about their defense?
I think they're good. They're a good defense. I mean, they have the weaknesses, so I mean, we're gonna attack their weaknesses.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.